Welcome back, everybody, to Let's Rediscover Ape Escape 3. I'm your host, the Gaming Hipster, and it's been a long time. I know. It has definitely been a long time. I haven't said a thing, and I probably should have. It's been like, what, almost a month or something? I don't even know. Something like that. No, it's been a long time. But, this is post-recording. Since it's been so long since I've recorded, I forgot to check everything before I started recording my audio, and when I went to check it in Audacity, it of course didn't work, so I screwed myself there. Should have been more prepared, but I just got finished doing what I wanted to do. I was playing a lot of games. I was playing Atelier Irish 3, and I really enjoyed that game, so I did that. I did actually the entire series. I didn't do one. One didn't resonate with me very much. I did 2 and 3 though. And then I did Kingdoms of Amalur, because I just got it off sale. And I just beat it. And I wasn't too... I didn't really feel... I'm not gonna like review it right now. But I'm not too happy with it. I feel like it was a very ambitious game. But it didn't do what it should have done, like to its max potential. Like it had a lot of potential, and I think they put way too much into it, and it didn't come out as clean as it should have. Like I remember before it came out, they were even boasting like how long and how much content there was, and they thought it was like too much. So I agree. I think it was too much. Like there was never a point where I thought it was like a good amount. Like it was just too much content. So I'm not gonna totally go into it because that's not the purpose of this video. The purpose of this video is Ape Escape 3, which is right in front of me. So right now we got a new morph, which is the Wild West Kid, and I had a lot of fun playing with this morph. It's a really fun morph, and it was cool because I was like, oh wow, we just got a morph on the first day coming back, so I thought that was really funny, really cool. So it's really good. You can run and gun. Probably not gonna do it like right now. You probably won't see me because I probably will stay still and shoot, but you can move and shoot, which is really cool. And they have the net, which is also really fucking cool. So that's cool. It's like a combination of like pea shooters, and then they have the shotgun, which you can use as a homing laser, which I'll do right now, and as a net. So it's really versatile, and it's great. Okay, so here I'll demonstrate it. So it's a homing laser kind of thing. Just gotta twist the right stick and then it'll start homing. I don't like that particular setup. I don't like they have to twist the analog stick first to get the homing laser, because as you saw, I was like moving in a circle. So I don't really use it. I haven't used it actually like much out of that. I do use the net a lot and the pea shooters because they're awesome. So here we got a Wild West level, which is a really cool level. As if you move, maybe we could... Okay, good. I'm alive. Apparently I am.
Tilt the right analog stick to fire
yeah,
the
I know.
Wild West Kid.
Why'd you hit this? I don't even know why I did that. So as you see, I'm trying to... Well, I'm stopping. I'm not exactly sure how I'm doing. Okay. I'm trying to go into Morph, but I don't remember the combination. Now I do. And there we go. So, this fits rather nicely. Wild West level, Wild West Kid. And I'm trying miserably to net him. This is rather embarrassing. Okay, there we go. So in this video, in this episode, this part, whatever the fuck you want to call it, I will be abusing Morph a lot. Because I realized the first 2 parts that I wasn't abusing it. And you can abuse it. I think I probably mentioned it before that you can abuse it. It's really easy to abuse it. I just didn't want to because I was like, it's gonna make the game too easy. But it's like, it makes it a lot of fun too. So I had no problem. I think I went through almost the entire this entire level going Western Kid because it was just too much damn fun. I can understand why I didn't do it for when I had the night, because he's slow and everything and doesn't have like the best attacks. But for Wild West Kid, it's like, why not, right? Why fucking not? In here, whatever. So this is like a typical Wild West bar kind of thingamajig. And I remember during this part I mentioned that like they were trying to like, because it's like Wild West, in some Wild West movies they have it like where the camera like pans on the person as they're dying to like, you know, dramatize it, however you say it, I don't know. But that's the feeling that I got from it. I didn't comment on the outfit, but it's kind of ridiculous. As I'm looking through this now, and I'm like, that's a kind of ridiculous outfit now, isn't it? Okay, what are you doing? Alright. Okay, so I think right here I commented that he was like, he looked like a wild western, like kind of mysterious guy that they have. You know, the kind that goes into the bar. He goes in and he orders an orange juice while everyone looks at him. It's kind of like an Afro samurai kind of thingamajig. I know, I thought it was funny. I'm still not good at these post commentaries. I just have nothing to say. I'm trying to cite the things I've said before, trying to remember them, but it's like pointless because it's not exactly the same. It's not the same the second time. First time's always better. That's just the way I feel. Some people do post commentaries and they're great at it. I just can't, because it's like I'm not in the moment. I'm out of the moment. If that makes any sense. Because I've already seen this, and I've already joked about some of these things, so it's like, it's hard to joke about them twice, because I already anticipate these things. So it's not fresh to me. Things that are fresh that, like, I can comment about. These things, it's like, it's hard. I'll get better at them, I hope so. I'm just hoping that this doesn't happen often. This happened today, because it was like the whole new experience to me, so I screwed up. Which is my fault. I do apologize, because you're not getting the best kind of quality from me. Which is not even that high to begin with. I don't have high standards yet, but I'm trying to get better. I would hope that by this point I'm better than I did with my first playthrough, which was alright, I guess. Wild West Kid. That's always good. So yeah, also right there, as you saw, or maybe you'd have to reset the video and go back to that part. But you can actually juggle people from this morph. So like if you hit them, if they go in the air, you can actually juggle them with your shots. I thought that was really fucking cool. See right there, I was juggling them. I think that's really fucking cool. So the gameplay definitely it's taken definitely a turn, because it's just fantastic now. And not to say that the first two didn't have great gameplay. They did, but it took some time.
Now here's a
especially from the first to the second was a big transition, and now from the second to the third is just a big jump with all the morphs and stuff. I think the morph is probably the best thing that really improves this game, for me at least. When I heard about like that you have so many morphs and stuff upon the gadgets and shit like that, that sounded really awesome. Especially since he turned into a friggin' ninja. That's the only one I know. Like, I don't know any others besides, you know, right now we have the Knight and we have the Wild West Kid, but I don't know any other ones. So, you know, maybe there's one better than the ninja. Who the hell knows? So right here we have Quick Morph. I was just going through the options trying to choose and figure out. I didn't even know if it was confirming it or not. I didn't know. But what Quick Morph does is, next time I morph, you'll see. But it's not going to go into the radio menu. Where it's going to go, it's just going to choose whatever one you chose in the menu, and it's going to change that to that one in an instant. So it actually makes things a lot faster. So I thought it would be a good idea. So I did it. So right here I screw up because I'm thinking I can capture her, and she's really freaking close. So of course she's going to notice me. So I didn't think to sneak right in the beginning. So it takes me a little while before there I go. I sneak. Try to get her out of here. There we go, and I capture. Which sends her. So I commented, I don't know how many times I commented, but the names of this game, like the names of the monkeys, are just really not resonating with me. They're not making sense. I think I said this in the last part, in part 2. I probably did. But, the names of these monkeys are just, I mean, they don't make sense. Like, they're incomprehensible. And I don't understand them. And I'm not quite sure that, if it's because, of Japanese translation or something. Maybe something went wrong, and I don't know. I'm not aware. I don't even know if these names are really Japanese, because they don't really sound all that Japanese. I could be wrong. I'm not really like I play JRPGs, but it's like I don't know Japanese names, like real ones. I don't know them, so fuck all. They may or may not be them. I have no fucking idea. So that kind of rules that out. So while I'm fighting this guy, I noticed something about this, which is they have this little, like that right there. I was waiting for it. They have this really cool thing where it happens like in movies where, you know, there's some kind of like column or whatever the hell that is. I don't even know what you would call this. I have no damn idea. But they have this thing in the movies where it comes and then the enemy's like, oh, and then he gets hit and he falls off the train, shit like that. So they had it here, and I thought that was really an interesting idea, and I was happy that they put that in. You know, because like the whole movie setting, the whole TV setting that they installed in this game kind of goes with it. So like they try to like reference a lot of other movies and stuff, which I think that's really cool. So right there you saw with the quick morph. It doesn't bring up the menu. It just changes to the one I chose. Which is not a bad thing. I just wanted to try it out, just to be honest. I didn't really care if it was better or worse. I just tried it out. And I guess I'll keep it. I don't know, I didn't really change it.
You really got quite a workout there.
Okay, so right here we have the Monkey Blue battle, which is awesome. I was like, man, my day is going great. I have a boss battle and a new morph in one video. That's amazing.
Huh? What the? Huh?
Were you looking for me, kid?
Yes.
Your sheriffing days are over. Ain't nobody faster than me when it comes to slapping iron, kid.
Pretty sure of yourself, aren't you?
You wanna try me? I'll be famous when I put you down. Then I'll ask Pink out for a date.
Yeah.
And
okay.
then
See, that's where the problem lies. Is that Pink is she's a crazy bitch. So.
You're ready, kid.
You have no idea.
As soon as this music box stops, we draw.
I just thought this was like so comical. Boss battle time.
Here we go. I'll learn you the rules.
And funny enough, he still has the unicycle from the second game. I thought he would get rid of that. I have no idea why he went for a Wild West like kind of look. Don't know why, but he did, and that's kind of cool, I guess. So I don't know why he's going for Pink. Like I don't know why he's interested in Pink. Because Pink's a crazy bitch. I mean, we all know that. We saw the Super Saiyan Pink from the second game, which was awesome, but scary at the same time, because I didn't know what the hell was going on. Oh, and I also mentioned, I'm remembering when I said, one thing I did mention, which I thought was really cool, is that since this game is going for like a movie, TV kind of setting, if you remember when we got the first Morph, we were a knight and we were versing a dragon, so that's kind of funny. And now we're Wild West and we're versing, you know, the antagonist, bad guy kind of thing. You know how it is. And then we had the draw and stuff like that. So it's really, really corny and really awesome at the same damn time. And I love it how they mix the settings. Like, I like how they went the extra mile to make, you know, these references and stuff like that, and it works really well. I was also talking about like how this is kind of one of those series that usually the latest one is usually the best one or the better one. So I was asking if I was maybe gonna go back. Let's say in the future I would go back to the first or second game. Like, would I do that? I was thinking probably not. Like, this is just the best one, and has the best content. It has the best gameplay, arguably, and there's really no reason to go back to the first two. I mean, they don't like have the good story for me to ever like play, so I wouldn't do it. Kind of like the same thing. I was saying, I was playing Iris 3, Atelier Iris 3. So would I go back to like, I don't know, the second game? I only played the second game. I didn't play the first one. The first one didn't really resonate with me. Would I go back? Probably not. I'd probably never play it again. For the third one, I do want to play. I really like that one in Monica Maya. So I'd probably go back to those two because they were really, really fun. But this one, I feel like I'm only gonna play the third one ever again because it's a lot of fun. So no doubt. I was also commenting on the animations. I like how they like in the second game they had like a lot of reused animations, and it like I was like, what the fuck? Like Spike, they didn't add any new animations for Spike and things like that. So I don't know. The victory poses were all the same, and the first game had the same thing, but this game really like took a turn, and every morph has a different victory pose and stuff like that. Like they put a lot of effort into this game, and that's why I really like it. Because I see the effort that they put.
They've captured Blue, Tomoki. This isn't going well.
Not to worry, Mr. Spectre. We still have broadcast stations all over the world.
Indeed. And there are still 3 more of the Freaky Monkey 5. The next one is sure to stop them.
And we return.
Time for a little breather, eh? Monkey Blue was talking about some rules of a gunman. I wonder what the rest...
Yeah, I don't know what they are. And I don't really care either, so... I mean, he's an idiot for wanting to date Pink. Like, really? You're an idiot. Just gonna get yourself killed. She's probably gonna kill him. I definitely see that coming. So I just buy another fucking morph stock, because I'm like, what the hell, why not? I also noticed that the lives and the Morph stock are exactly the same price. So yeah, I go back and forth. There you go. So I pretty much have to balance out my money because I'm not finding lives. So I'm kind of worried that at some point I'm just gonna lose all my life. Trying to find like anything new that came up because it's been a while. I went in here because I thought maybe a minigame would be here because the minigames are definitely in the hobby shop. They're not like the second game where they have the gacha box. So I know that I can buy them, I just don't know when. So probably not yet. So now we have Monkey in a hot spring, which of course every Ape Escape game has the hot springs level. Not necessarily like a level dedicated to hot springs.
I'm going to warp
In
over
this
to
second
you.
game they had
It's an RC
they had a winter
car.
level,
Okay,
and then
I
one of the
remote
areas
control.
was a hot springs, which I
Learn
thought
how
was
to
funny.
drive like a pro in the training room.
I think the first game had a
Want to
hot
go over
springs
to the
level.
training room to try it out?
So I say no because I'm pretty sure it's the same damn thing.
I'll be back.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, well, good for you. You deserve it. Waiting so long, the water gets cold? Yep, you deserve it. So right from the get-go, we gotta use the RC card to get this guy out. So let's do that. Get him out. And of course the camera doesn't friggin' help. It's been a while since I played this game, so my complaints for the camera have yet arisen. So I had problems in the first two games that I was always complaining, but I stopped because I was like, why am I always gonna complain about something that is pretty obvious? But I'm complaining again because I'm like, god damn it, camera.
Monkey lamp is fully lit.
So because of the way the camera's positioned in this place, I'm gonna miss a monkey here, but I'm gonna come back to it in a bit. They didn't notice it, but there's a monkey like right above me. I didn't notice it. I had no idea. I wasn't paying attention at that section because I'm gonna blame the camera. I'm not gonna blame myself. Rule number one is you're never wrong. Somebody else is wrong, so I'm blaming the camera. Water rises, yay for us. And I'm gonna go Western Kid right now. There we go. I really like Western Kid. I love the feel of it because it's really fast compared to the Knight, which is the exact opposite, which is pretty slow. So I like the differences. Of course, the benefit of the Knight is that he can defend. So, and I could have used Knight when I was versing Monkey Blue because during that little gunfight when he throws out the whole minigun chain gun thing, I'm pretty sure I could have probably used Knight for defense, but I decided not to. So I took a few more hits than I should have, but whatever, it doesn't matter. But definitely health is much more precious in this game. It was much more precious in the second game too, I noticed. Like the first game, like cookies was never a problem. I don't know how many times I died, but it was probably, most of them were probably due to the pits of death. So I think so. I don't quite remember it. It's been a little while. But this game, I don't get many cookie drops. I've been noticing. And the second game was the exact same thing. Like boxes didn't give you as many cookies, shit like that. So right here, I'm having a little problem with the rowboat. Thankfully, I figured it out. It's been a while, so I was like, shit. Why don't I remember these controls? And basically, the best way to do rowboat is to hold both sticks in one direction and just go. If you touch it, like, see here, I'm like touching, I'm moving the sticks in like a different angle. It fucks the whole thing up. Starts going in a fucking circle. So the best way is just to hold both sticks up, directly up, and just go. So right here, I do it. And thankfully, it doesn't cause me problems. So that's the best way to do it. The only problem is, you know, when you have obstacles in front of you, that kind of like screws up your controls a little bit. But I'm alright. And again, like what quality, like what is this friggin' robo made of? Plastic? Like it should friggin' like burn from the friggin' lava, and it doesn't. Like I couldn't understand anything. Like I don't care what quality you would have gave it to me. K would not have been able to sit in that thing without dying. Like I know that for a fact. So I don't know what they like. I don't know any understanding of that like at all. But it doesn't matter. It's a video game. It doesn't have to make sense all the time. It should make some sense. And we got a cookie here, which I'm very happy for. So I tried this out, but it doesn't work out. And I do that multiple times in this video where I try the somersault, but then I get hit right afterwards, so don't know exactly what I was thinking. Miss camera, but I still get him, and I get hit though. It's funny because the main complaint of the series is the freaking camera, and like I totally see that. Like after playing 3 games, the camera has never gotten better. It's never gotten worse, but it's never gotten better. It stayed the exact same. And the funny part is like the gameplay is always improved, so like the camera has to follow suit. Like okay, the first game I can kind of understand because the gameplay wasn't that like quick and speedy, so like you had some sort of leeway with it, with the camera. But this game, it's like the gameplay is freaking fast as hell. The camera has to be a lot better, and having, you know, the camera not follow you to the best, and having me have to pressing L1 all the time to reset the camera, really is a problem with the game and the whole series as a whole. So that's really the main complaint. Like that's really the only complaint. Like, I have nothing else to complain about. The length is perfect for a game like this. The length is perfect. It really doesn't have to be any longer or shorter. The content is there. You have it so that you have the final bosses. You have to catch every monkey. So at the end of the game, you have to go back to every level and capture all the monkeys, which is perfect. The second game had the whole gacha box thing. So if you wanted to get a complete gacha box, you had to grind for coins, which is not something I would do, but for a completionist, that's perfect. I'm sure they would be like, oh my god, it's so much fun. Whatever, that's not my cup of tea, but for other people, sure, yeah, that's their thing, and that's fine. But, yeah, but everything else was really solid. The first game had humor, the second game had even more humor, and the third game references, you know, movies and stuff like that, so that's perfect. Everything is perfect, so really have no complaints besides this fucking camera. So, what I'm hoping for is that, the Ape Escape games really aren't relevant today, which is the reason why I even started this. I didn't start this channel because of Ape Escape. There's another game, which I'm not gonna go into, yet, reason why I started this channel, but, I was like, wait, what's a perfect game to start the series off? And I said Ape Escape because it's totally not relevant today at all. Nobody talks about it. Nobody references it, you know, as saying, you know, what's, you know, like one really fun game that you played back then that was an, you know, an action platformer or something like that. No one mentions Ape Escape, like Crash Bandicoot, Spyro, shit like that, you know, Jack and Daxter, Ratchet and Clank, stuff like that. But I'm like, Ape Escape, you know, was really good. And I didn't give the game, like the series, a whole chance. I rented 2. I don't think I ever did 3. But I rented 2 a long time ago, and I never like played much of it. And I was like, you know, I really want to give this series a chance because, you know, I heard really good things about it. So I was like, why the hell not? and that's what started the series off. Because I was like, I really want to play the series, and I want to show off some really, really nostalgic games that have been forgotten in time and stuff like that. And that was the whole point for the series. So this game was perfect to start with, because nobody talks about Ape Escape, and that's really like a crime. I was having a discussion with my friend, and he was telling me, like I was telling him, how I'm disappointed with, how things are, where, like the games that have been like forgotten and stuff like that, they're not relevant and stuff like that. He was like, that's just the way things are. And I said to myself, that shouldn't really be the way it is. I don't think so. I think that every game should always be remembered, Not every game, I shouldn't say that, but I should... Every game that was good back then, every game that was, like, held up high, I think should never be forgotten. And that's just the way it is. Regardless of time or not. Time should never have an impact on a game's relevance to community at all. I think it should always be relevant. But he's not totally wrong. That is the way it is. But I blame the companies that make these games, but when we furthered our discussion, we came to the conclusion that it was actually the publisher's fault. The reason why is because they probably don't like. They're like, oh, these are old games. These are old game series. Probably people don't really care about them anymore. No one remembers them, and the publishers are not really gamers themselves. They only see dollar signs, so it's like they don't really know. Like they don't have the passion and love for a series like us gamers do, and the developers do. And like for example, like Yu Suzuki, like he wants to make Shenmue 3, and he said that multiple times. It is not his fault that the game has not come out yet. The publisher, Sega, doesn't want to make it because they took the risk back then with the Dreamcast, and look where it ended up. They spent, I think it's the most, had the biggest budget a game ever had. I don't know if it was for back then. I know the budget was extreme back then, but I don't know if it's still today the most budgeted game. It probably isn't with all these AAA games. Probably not. But back then it was the most. So that ended the Dreamcast because it couldn't save the Dreamcast, and they thought it was going to be the Dreamcast, the killer app and stuff like that. And it still is today. But they don't want to take the chance anymore, so they probably won't be making it for a while. People have ideas that maybe they will, and I'm totally behind that. I think that that's a brilliant thing, is that Shenmue needs to come back. It's disappointing, and I'm happy that Ape Escape has not, like, Shenmue has not turned into Ape Escape where it's just like not relevant anymore. Shenmue is very relevant. It's still today talked to a lot. People are still finding new things out about that game because the game is so massive that it's impossible to find every fucking thing in a playthrough at all. It would take tons of playthroughs and tons of people to play to actually find every single thing. So I'm really happy that Shenmue is still alive at least. So, and I think Yu Suzuki's, he knows that. He knows that the fans are still requesting Shenmue. It's up to Sega though in the end, if they wanna budget the game or not. But a lot of people have mentioned Kickstarter as a great way for these developers to get their games out. For example, Inafune, who made Mega Man, he finally turned to Kickstarter and said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna make Mega Man, but not with Capcom, with the whole end of Legends 3 and stuff, which really was disappointing." But he turned to it, made Mighty Number 9, and it was a tremendous seller. So I'm really hoping that developers realize this. They see that Kickstarter is a viable option these days. Crowdfunding is a viable thing. So I'm hoping that more developers get on that, and we may one day get another Ape Escape game. We did get one on the PS3. It was PS Move compatible. But I saw gameplay and I was like, the hell? This is not friggin' Ape Escape. I don't know what the hell this is. It's some like rail shooter. Like it's that ridiculous. That's how much it's changed. And I immediately discredited it. I didn't really give it a chance. I don't know if I'm ever even gonna play it. Cause I just looked at it and I was like, I don't know what the hell this is. So That's the discussion that I had. So that's why I'm doing this whole channel thing, because this is my chance to try to revive some of these games, give them another chance, because they really deserve it. I mean, this is really terrible. I mean, I play more old games than I do new games, so you know, god damn it, everything, there has to be more people just like me in this world, and that should be able to have some kind of community, something. So my channel really isn't big, but I'm hoping that, you know, I don't want to get popular. I want the idea to get popular. I want the idea to revive these games to be popular, you know, to make them relevant again, to talk about them more, you know. But what are you gonna do? Life goes on. So, that's the end of that. Finally did another level. And I think I'm gonna end it. Yeah. So the next thing is Monkey Come Monkey Go, which is Christmas themed, which is perfect because it's December now. December 1st actually, of today. So this is relevant actually, which is funny. I think when it was Halloween, I was doing the Halloween level, which was funny also. So that's awesome. So this was a very good episode because I was able to get a morph and a boss battle at the same damn time. So I was like, perfect, let's do it. So I'm going to cut it there. That's going to be the end. Sorry for coming back so late. I know I didn't say anything, but you know, what are you going to do? Life goes on. I'm going to do more frequent updates. So stay tuned. Take care, everybody.